welcome to The Explainer. This week, we are going on a journey, tracking AI as it moves from our living rooms all the way to the front lines of a global tech showdown. Okay, let's get right into it. You know, this warning right here, it just perfectly frames the incredible stakes we're talking about. The convenience and power of AI are exploding, but so are the questions about who's in control and who's watching. And it all starts in a place we all know very well, home. So first up, let's look at how the biggest names in tech are designing AI not just for your phone, but for the very rooms you live in. Okay, so Apple is making this huge three-part play to jump back into the AI game, and it is all centered on your home. They're not just building one gadget, they're trying to create an entire ecosystem. You've got a tabletop robot for calls, then you add a security camera that knows your face, and it all comes together with a smart display that personalizes itself the moment you walk up to it. Apple is betting big that the future of AI isn't just on our phones, but all around us, deeply woven into our personal spaces. Meanwhile, over in the software world, OpenAI just hit a major snag. The rollout of GPT-5, which was supposed to be this massive leap forward, actually really angered a lot of users. It forced them off the super popular GPT-4o model and hit them with these frustratingly low query limits. Well, the backlash was fast, and to their credit, OpenAI listened. They brought back 4o, they jacked up the rate limits, and they gave users more control. The key takeaway here, even for the biggest players in the game, user experience is still king. All right, so behind all this cool consumer tech, there is this massive high-stakes battle going on behind the scenes. We're talking about a war for money and for minds. $9 billion. Just let that sink in for a second. That's what Google is pumping into Oklahoma. And look, this isn't just another data center. It's a really strategic move. By investing in the heart of America, Google gets cheaper land and energy, sure, but more importantly, it's a nod to the political push to bring tech infrastructure back home. This tells us we're moving past speculative spending and into calculated, long-term bets on where the future of AI will actually be built. In this slide, this perfectly illustrates the human side of that spending spree. It's an all-out war for talent. Microsoft is now aggressively poaching researchers directly from Meta, specifically going after those who aren't in the top-tier superintelligence labs. They've got special teams on it, they're matching massive pay packages, and they're pushing job offers through in under 24 hours. It just goes to show you the most valuable asset in AI isn't just the code or the data. It's the people who build it. You know, when you see these billion-dollar investments and these multi-million-dollar offers, it makes one thing crystal clear. The demand for AI skills has never, ever been higher. This talent war shows just how incredibly valuable those foundational abilities are that these companies are fighting tooth and nail for. So this corporate competition, it's intense, for sure. But honestly, it kind of pales in comparison to the international struggle over the one thing that powers it all, the microchip. And this timeline, wow, it really shows you the real-world consequences of that struggle. After U.S. sanctions cut off access to top-tier NVIDIA chips, a Chinese AI startup called DeepSeek turned to a domestic alternative from Huawei. But the hardware failed during the intense training process. This forced a huge delay and a humbling switchback to NVIDIA, which is a major setback for China's dream of chip independence. It proves that the hardware really is the bedrock of this entire revolution. Okay, so that raises a huge question, right? If these chips are so vital and there are sanctions, how in the world are U.S. authorities actually stopping them from getting to China? Well, the answer is something straight out of a spy movie. It comes down to this: secret trackers. Yep, you heard that right. Federal agents have been secretly embedding tracking devices in high-risk shipments of AI chips, specifically those from Dell and Supermicro that are packed with NVIDIA and AMD processors. And listen, we're not talking about some tiny little bug. Some of these trackers are as big as a smartphone, and they're being hidden deep inside the packaging, sometimes even inside the server hardware itself. So what you have is this incredible escalation, a high-stakes global cat-and-mouse game. Smugglers are actively looking for these trackers, and U.S. agents are coming up with new ways to hide them. It's all about controlling the flow of the world's most powerful technology. All right, so we've gone from our homes to the corporate boardrooms to the global stage, and now we arrive at the most powerful and, let's be honest, potentially the most unsettling application of AI, mass surveillance. This table right here, it just lays bare the quiet, almost creeping integration of AI into law enforcement and intelligence. And this isn't science fiction, this is happening right now, a lot of times with very little public debate. You've got the LAPD using AI to figure out where a photo is taken, the CIA using its own language model to sift through data, and over 3,000 agencies using Clearview AI for mass facial recognition. This brings up a really serious question for anyone working in tech or policy, or really for any of us. For the innovators and leaders who are actually building these incredibly complex systems, the challenges of development, policy, and safety are all becoming tangled together. They're inseparable. And the decisions being made today are shaping a future we're all still trying to get our heads around. So faced with this incredible acceleration of AI power, from surveillance to corporate dogfights, a really powerful counter-movement is starting to emerge from inside the industry itself. People are searching for a safer way forward. And this is a huge deal. Igor Babushkin, an original co-founder at xAI, we're talking one of the top AI labs on the planet, has literally walked away to start a new company focused only on AI safety. When top talent starts choosing safety over just building more powerful systems, that's a clear sign that the internal conversation about risk is getting very, very serious. And this search for safety, it's leading to some really radical, out-of-the-box ideas. Take Geoffrey Hinton, the godfather of AI himself. He's proposed we should try to instill protective, almost maternal instincts into AI systems, programming them with a fundamental drive to care for and protect humanity. It sounds wild, I know, but it just shows you the level of creative thinking being thrown at this existential problem. So here's the bottom line. From a robot in your living room, to a microchip being tracked across the globe, to an algorithm that might be deciding who gets scrutinized, this technology is moving with unbelievable force. And it leaves us all with one final, absolutely essential question to think about. As AI rewrites our world, who exactly is writing the rules?